The 1964 BSA Lightning, listed for $6,500 and located in Hyde Park, New York, is a classic British motorcycle that embodies the spirit of 1960s roadster performance and style. This bike features a 654 cubic centimeters parallel twin engine, twin carburetors, and a 4-speed manual transmission, making it a compelling choice for vintage motorcycle enthusiasts seeking an authentic and lively ride with rich heritage. Powered by a 654 cubic centimeters air-cooled 4-stroke parallel twin OHV engine, the BSA Lightning delivers approximately 49 horsepower at 7,000 revolutions per minute, offering spirited acceleration and a thrilling riding experience. The bore and stroke are 75 mm by 74 mm, and the engine uses AMAL monoblock carburetors to provide crisp throttle response and reliable fueling. The compression ratio of 9.0 to 1 contributes to a strong mid-range and smooth power delivery. The bike's lubrication system is a dry sump style, using SAE 20W/50 oil for effective engine cooling and longevity. It employs twin coils for ignition and Champion N4 spark plugs, ensuring reliable spark generation. Starting is accomplished via a Klasik kick-start, reflecting the vintage motorcycling experience. The BSA Lightning's chassis is a welded and brazed lug full double cradle steel frame, contributing to its legacy of sturdy handling and durability. Front suspension features hydraulic telescopic forks with hydraulic damping and roughly 117 mm of travel, while the rear uses a swinging arm with 2 Girling dampers delivering comfortable ride characteristics with approximately 73 mm of travel. Braking comes from 8-inch drum brakes on the front with Salioner Lockheed System, SLS, twin leading shoes and a 7-inch rear drum, providing dependable and predictable stopping power consistent with motorcycles from its era. The bike rides on 19-inch aluminum Dunlop rims made in England, wrapped with Dunlop tires, 3.25 inches in front and 3.50 inches at the rear, ensuring a blend of classic aesthetics and reliable road grip. The odometer reads 17,322 miles, indicating modest use for a vintage motorcycle of this age. This BSA Lightning comes with a New York State transferable registration and bill of sale, assisting with legal ownership and allowing for smooth local pickup and transfer. Notable features of the bike include its iconic red paint job and twin carburetor setup, which contributed to its status as a nimble, fast, and well-balanced roadster during its prime. It was designed primarily for the American market as an all-round sports machine complementing the touring-focused Thunderbolt. In summary, the 1964 BSA Lightning in Hyde Park, New York is a well-preserved classic motorcycle with a robust 654 cubic centimeters parallel twin engine and period-correct components such as aluminum Dunlop rims. Priced at $6,500, it represents an excellent opportunity for collectors and riders interested in experiencing a true piece of British motorcycling history. The spirited performance, traditional engineering, and distinct style of the celebrated Lightning model.
BSA Thunderbolt, listed for $3,000 and located in Danville, Pennsylvania, is a classic British motorcycle that represents the timeless appeal and engineering prowess of BSA's parallel twin lineup. With 14,737 miles on the odometer, this bike is a promising project or restoration candidate for enthusiasts of vintage motorcycles who appreciate the heritage of British bikes from the 1960s. Powered by a 654 cubic centimeters air-cooled parallel twin-cylinder OHV engine, the Thunderbolt delivers a robust 46 brake horsepower at 7,000 revolutions per minute. Its bore and stroke measure 75 mm by 74 mm, with a compression ratio at 9:1, resulting in a strong, torquey ride capable of reaching top speeds of approximately 104 miles per hour, 167 kilometers per hour. Transmission is a classic 4-speed manual gearbox driving the rear wheel via chain final drive, typical for motorcycles of this era. This model's chassis is composed of a welded and brazed lug double cradle steel frame that provides sturdy handling and support. Suspension includes hydraulic telescopic forks at the front and twin Girling dampers at the rear, offering compliant ride quality over varying road surfaces. The bike stands on 18-inch Dunlop wheels fitted with a 3.25-inch front tire and 3.50-inch rear tire. Braking is handled by drum brakes front and rear, sized 8 inches on the front and 7 inches on the rear, using SLS, Salioner Lockheed System, technology, which was a competitive setup for its time. The seat height is 32.3 inches, providing a balanced riding posture for a variety of riders. Originally designed as a touring and road bike, the Thunderbolt's 3.5-gallon fuel tank offers a cruising range of approximately 210 miles, 340 kilometers, making it suited for longer journeys as well as spirited city riding. The seller notes the bike has been stored since 1984 and that the engine does not currently rotate, indicating that it requires mechanical work to become operational. However, the overall condition is described as good with no major damage. The motorcycle's blue exterior and classic lines suggest it was a well-loved and fairly preserved example. This 1967 BSA Thunderbolt's charm lies in its classic British motorcycle style, the character of its parallel twin engine, and its place as a coveted model among vintage bike collectors. Bikes like this owe their fame to their rich history and the distinct riding experience British twins provide, with responsive handling and a soulful exhaust note. In summary, the 1967 BSA Thunderbolt in Danville, Pennsylvania offers a rewarding restoration project or collectible for fans of classic British motorcycles. Its robust 654 cubic centimeters twin engine, traditional styling, and decent mileage make it a prime candidate for enthusiasts eager to revive a quintessential piece of motorcycle history, preserving its legacy and enjoying the authentic riding pleasure that BSA motorcycles have long been celebrated for.
BSA Lightning. Price, $4,000. Location, Park Ridge, Illinois. Step back into the golden age of British motorcycles with the iconic 1969 BSA Lightning, a powerful and stylish machine that has been beautifully preserved and rebuilt for vintage motorcycle enthusiasts. Available for $4,000 in Park Ridge, Illinois. This red 1969 BSA Lightning Chopper offers an exceptional opportunity to own a classic motorcycle with authentic charm and incredible mechanical pedigree. The 1969 BSA Lightning is powered by a robust 654 cubic centimeters four-stroke, parallel twin-cylinder OHV engine that was renowned in its day for delivering thrilling performance and smooth acceleration. This engine produces approximately 52 to 55 horsepower at 7,000 revolutions per minute, pushing the bike to exhilarating speeds of up to 110 miles per hour. The Lightning's engine has been recently rebuilt along with its Joe Hunt magneto and carburetors, providing you with a near-turnkey classic ready to hit the road. One of the standout features of this example is the meticulous recent maintenance. The iron cross brake light, Springer front end, and original paintwork all showcase the bike's historical integrity. With just about 300 miles logged since the rebuild, this bike remains mostly unridden, preserving the condition for current and future joyful rides. While the magneto timing has yet to be fully calibrated, a minor and straightforward fix, the bike is almost fully operational and priced accordingly, with the promise of a potential price increase once sorted. The bike's transmission is a traditional manual 4-speed gearbox with chain final drive, providing a tactile and connected ride experience that enthusiasts cherish. At a dry weight of roughly 395 pounds and a wheelbase of about 56 inches, the BSA Lightning balances agility with stability, allowing confident handling whether navigating city streets or open highways. The 32-inch seat height offers a comfortable and commanding riding position suited for both new and seasoned riders. This vintage chopper includes an additional $1,000 worth of parts, making it a valuable package for those interested in customization, repairs, or preservation. The classic red finish remains distinctive, reflecting the era's aesthetic while promising to turn heads wherever you ride. The 1969 BSA Lightning holds a revered place in motorcycle history as the flagship of Birmingham's Small Arms Company's lineup, designed to compete directly with contemporaries like the Triumph Bonneville. Its twin carburetor setup, sturdy tubular frame, and signature styling made it a favorite among riders seeking both speed and style during the 1960s and 70s. The Lightning's unique character lies in its blend of British craftsmanship and raw motorcycling excitement. For those looking to restore or customize, this bike offers a fantastic blank canvas with authentic original parts and recent mechanical attention. The iron cross brake light and Springer front end provide a vintage look that's rare to find today, while the freshly rebuilt engine ensures a reliable power source. Whether keeping the bike as a classic collector's showpiece or turning it into a personalized chopper, its potential is vast. Owning this 1969 BSA Lightning means embracing a piece of British motorcycling heritage. It's a testament to an era when engineering met craftsmanship to create motorcycles that were as much about the experience of the ride as the destination. The bike comes with a clean title and all necessary documents to transfer ownership smoothly. Park Ridge, Illinois, residents or those willing to make the trip should consider this a rare chance to acquire a classic motorcycle with both original charm and modern reliability. At $4,000, it is competitively priced for a bike of this pedigree, condition, and potential, especially considering the included parts package and recent mechanical refurbishments. Whether you are a seasoned vintage bike collector or an enthusiast seeking a rewarding project, this 1969 BSA Lightning offers both history and excitement. Its almost fully running condition coupled with timeless style ensures it will provide years of joy on the road or in the garage. Take advantage of this opportunity to own and ride a beautifully maintained piece of motorcycle history. Contact now to schedule a viewing or request more details about this iconic British chopper waiting to blaze new adventures. 1969 BSA Lightning Chopper, almost running 1969 Chopper. Engine rebuilt, Joe Hunt magneto freshly rebuilt, and carbs freshly rebuilt. Iron cross brake light, Springer front end, original paint job, barley ridden. Only issue is the magneto timing, haven't figured it out yet. Easy fix, if no one buys it before I fix it, price will go up. Also comes with $1,000 worth of parts for the bike. This classic BSA Lightning is not just a motorcycle but an investment in classic motorcycling culture, offering both raw beauty and promising performance for any vintage bike enthusiast.
The 1955 BSA B31, listed for $2,800 in Tulsa, Oklahoma, is a remarkably complete mid-century British single featuring matching frame and engine numbers, original character, and long-term indoor storage. Powered by a 348 cubic centimeters overhead valve single-cylinder engine, this classic BSA is a solid, well-preserved survivor that offers a rare blend of authenticity, simplicity, and revival potential. For vintage British motorcycle enthusiasts, this is an outstanding entry-level collectible or restoration platform with excellent historical value. The BSA B31 is one of the most iconic models in Birmingham Small Arms Company's post-war lineup. First introduced in the late 1940s and produced through the 1950s, the B31 became famous for its rugged reliability, accessible performance, and classic British styling. The model was beloved for its straightforward engineering, an air-cooled OHV single, a robust 4-speed gearbox, and a chassis capable of handling both daily riding and touring duty. In its era, the B31 was considered one of the most dependable and practical motorcycles on the road. This particular 1955 example features matching frame, CB31, and engine, BB31, numbers, an important detail for collectors. Matching numbers verify that the motorcycle retains its original mechanical identity, a feature that significantly enhances value and authenticity. Many old British singles lost their matching number status over decades of repairs, engine swaps, or incomplete restorations. Retaining both original numbers is a strong indicator of an unmolested machine. The bike comes with a swing arm frame, a notable improvement over earlier rigid frame designs. By the mid-1950s, swing arm suspension transformed the B31 into a smoother, more comfortable, and more modern-feeling motorcycle. This upgrade alone makes the 1955 model year especially desirable among collectors and riders who want the vintage experience with better road manners. The motorcycle retains several core period features. Alloy fenders, giving the bike lightweight durability and classic British styling. Solo seat, offering the correct mid-50s aesthetic and riding ergonomics. Traditional upright handlebars and tank shape, emblematic of BSA's clean, functional design language. Most importantly, the motorcycle retains its original character throughout, a statement that signals the bike has not been over-restored, modified into a custom build, or stripped of its vintage identity. Collector motorcycles with strong originality tend to appreciate more over time, and they provide a more authentic restoration experience for enthusiasts. According to the seller, The B31 was running when parked and has been stored indoors for the past 15 years. Long-term indoor storage is critical for the preservation of metal components, frame integrity, chrome surfaces, and electrical systems. A dry environment helps prevent corrosion, fading, and deterioration of original parts. Many neglected British classics suffer from rust, weathering, or improper storage, issues this bike appears to have avoided. Of course, after 15 years off the road, the BSA will require routine recommissioning, as expected for any vintage machine. The seller mentions the usual checklist: fresh fluids, carburetor cleaning, battery replacement, new tires, general inspection, possible cable lubrication or replacement. These tasks fall well within the standard revival process for a stored vintage motorcycle and are relatively straightforward for a 1950s British single. The B31's mechanical simplicity makes it an excellent choice for do-it-yourself mechanics or enthusiasts looking for a manageable restoration project. The 348 cubic centimeters OHV engine is one of BSA's most respected designs, smooth, torquey, and surprisingly capable for its displacement. These motors are known to run reliably for decades with basic maintenance. Once recommissioned, the bike will deliver the classic thump and relaxed power band that British singles are celebrated for. With proper tuning, the B31 offers a charming, tractable riding experience at city or country road speeds. The asking price of $2,800 is notably reasonable considering the bike's matching numbers, completeness, originality, and stored indoor condition. In today's vintage market, where British singles, especially unrestored survivors, are gaining renewed interest, this price positions the bike as a strong value for collectors and riders alike. Being offered for pickup in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the motorcycle is available in a region where climate tends to be more stable than coastal environments, potentially contributing to its better-than-average preservation. For enthusiasts wanting a true mid-century British classic, one that is complete, authentic, and well-suited for a straightforward revival, this 1955 BSA B31 is an excellent opportunity. The 1955 BSA B31, $2,800, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Matching numbers: indoor stored, classic 348 cubic centimeters British single. A well-preserved survivor ready for recommissioning or full restoration.
One BSA A65T Thunderbolt, listed for $1,500 in Fallon, Nevada, presents an exciting restoration project or collector's motorcycle, featuring original matching frame and engine numbers, making it highly authentic and desirable among vintage bike enthusiasts. This motorcycle is powered by a 654 cubic centimeters air-cooled OHV, overhead valve, vertical parallel twin engine with a bore and stroke of 75 mm by 74 mm. It produces approximately 42 horsepower at 6,800 revolutions per minute, offering solid performance for its class and era, with a top speed near 98 miles per hour. The Thunderbolt features a single Amal concentric carburetor, which provides smooth fuel delivery and manageable throttle response ideal for both spirited riding and touring. Transmission is a 4-speed manual with a multi-plate dry clutch and triplex chain final drive, ensuring reliable power transfer and classic shifting feel. The chassis includes telescopic front forks and a swinging arm with twin shock absorbers at the rear, providing a balance of comfort and responsive handling. Front brakes consist of 8-inch drum brakes with twin leading shoes, TLS, while the rear employs a 7-inch drum with single leading shoe, SLS, delivering braking typical of motorcycles in this vintage category. The bike sits on Dunlop 3.25x 18-inch tires at the front and 4.00x 18-inch tires rear, mounted on stylish aluminum rims made in England, contributing to its classic look and good road grip. The current condition is described as rough with many missing parts, but significant mechanical work has been completed recently. The motor has undergone a top-end rebuild, including new valves, guides, and springs. It has a newly bored engine with new plus .020 pistons and rings, which should offer excellent compression and reliability. The engine kicks over easily, demonstrating strong compression and potential for full restoration. Electrical-wise, there is a new Boyer ignition system installed, including a pickup and ignition module, though these components remain in the box, awaiting installation. However, the original wiring harness is noted as being in poor condition and will likely require replacement or significant repair. A new carburetor is fitted,
which is instrumental for fuel delivery and smooth running once the bike is restored and properly tuned. The bike does not come with a title but includes a bill of sale for proof of ownership transfer. The price is firm at $1,500 cash only, with no trades being entertained. In summary, the 1971 BSA A65T Thunderbolt in Fallon, Nevada is a classic British motorcycle with excellent foundational mechanics thanks to a thorough engine rebuild. Though it requires restoration especially in the electrical and cosmetic aspects, its matched frame and engine numbers, combined with recent top-end work, make it a promising and authentic vintage bike priced attractively for restoration enthusiasts or collectors looking for a satisfying project.
8 BSA Cruiser. Price, $2,000. Location, Paris, California. If you're a fan of true vintage British engineering, this 1968 BSA Cruiser is one of those machines that instantly transports you back to the golden era of motorcycling. Offered at just $2,000, it represents one of the most affordable entry points in a classic BSA ownership, especially considering that it's described as complete, original, and running. For collectors, restorers, or riders who appreciate the charm of old-school British bikes, this motorcycle has all the right ingredients for an exciting and rewarding project. This 68 BSA comes with 1,234 miles on the odometer, and although the seller notes the bike is currently in a non-operation status, the mechanical foundation appears solid. According to the listing, the engine has already been rebuilt, which is a huge advantage for anyone restoring a vintage British machine. BSA engines from this era, known for their distinctive sound and classic thump, can be incredibly durable when maintained properly, and this one benefits from recent internal work. A rebuilt engine alone typically costs a significant investment, so having that already completed makes this offer even more appealing. The seller also mentions that the gas tank is clean, a major plus when dealing with motorcycles that have sat for many years. Rusted tanks, clogged lines, and varnished fuel are common headaches in vintage bikes, but that particular issue has already been addressed here. The tires are reported to be in good condition as well, another cost-saving advantage for a buyer who wants something that can be brought back to road-ready status without excessive upfront expense. One of the standout details is that the bike is described as complete and original. For vintage motorcycle enthusiasts, originality is everything. It means the bike retains its factory-correct components, trim, and overall character. Many older British bikes get modified or parted over the decades, so finding one that remains intact is becoming increasingly rare. The original claim adds tremendous value for collectors or anyone wanting a historically accurate restoration. The bike also comes with a clean California title in hand, registered under the seller's name. This is an especially important detail for classic motorcycles, as missing paperwork can turn a simple restoration into a legal puzzle. With a clean title, you avoid registration headaches and can immediately focus on getting the motorcycle roadworthy. A BSA from this era typically features a classic blue-painted tank and matching accents, giving it that unmistakable British vintage look, simple, mechanical, and full of personality. While the seller doesn't provide cosmetic details, many BSA Cruisers retain chrome touches, minimalist lighting, and that iconic upright seating position. From the photo references and typical model styling, you can imagine the timeless lines. A slim frame, classic spoked wheels, and an engine that proudly displays its British heritage. At its core, this 1968 BSA Cruiser is more than just a motorcycle. It's a piece of motorcycling history. BSA, Birmingham Small Arms Company, was one of the largest motorcycle manufacturers in the world during the 1950s and 1960s, known for producing machines that blended reliability with style. Riders loved their agility, distinctive sound, and old-school simplicity. Today, BSAs are highly sought after by collectors, especially those looking for a vintage machine that captures the spirit of classic British biking. For someone wanting to restore a vintage motorcycle, this BSA offers a straightforward starting point. With the engine rebuilt, the major mechanical hurdle is already cleared. The remaining tasks would likely involve electrical checks, fuel system tuning, brake inspection, and perhaps cosmetic refreshing. It's the kind of project where a little passion, patience and elbow grease can transform a historical machine into a reliable weekend rider or even a showpiece. At just $2,000, it's practically a steal in today's classic motorcycle market. Many vintage BSAs sell for significantly more, even in need of full restoration. This one provides a rare balance of affordability, originality, mechanical completeness, and clean documentation, something that doesn't appear often, especially in California, where vintage bikes carry strong demand. Serious buyers who appreciate authentic British motorcycles will recognize the value immediately. Whether you're restoring it for personal enjoyment, adding it to a vintage collection, or planning to bring it back to life for weekend rides, this 1968 BSA Cruiser has all the potential to become a standout classic. 1972 BSA Chopper. Price: $1,850. Location: Buffalo, New York. If you're a fan of true old-school motorcycles, classic barn finds, or vintage choppers with real history behind them, this 1972 BSA Chopper is a rare opportunity to bring a piece of the past back to life. Offered at just $1,850, this is an authentic project bike with the kind of character, patina, and untold stories that only a machine from the early 70s can offer. Located in Buffalo, New York, this BSA is a genuine barn find that was last on the road in 1974, making it a preserved time capsule for the right builder or collector. This motorcycle is not currently running, and it comes with no paperwork, making it best suited for someone who loves restoration work, custom builds, or collecting unique vintage pieces. For many enthusiasts, that's part of the appeal, starting with a clean slate, reviving an abandoned machine, and shaping it into the exact chopper they envision. With 111,111 miles showing, almost certainly a placeholder reading typical of long-stored barn finds. This BSA represents a true old-school project with endless potential. The chopper styling immediately pulls you back into the 1970s custom motorcycle scene, when bikes were hand-built, raw, and full of attitude. The stretched look, the frame geometry, and the vintage components all reflect a period when choppers were crafted for personality rather than perfection. Its blue exterior adds a retro touch that enhances its classic appeal. This is not a modern reproduction. It's a real survivor from an era that helped define custom culture. Because the bike has been untouched for decades, its condition has the genuine barn find charm many enthusiasts look for. It's aged, original, and unpolished, making it perfect for someone who values authenticity over cosmetic perfection. Whether you want to restore it to a running vintage rider, transform it into a custom showpiece, or keep it as a display item representing a specific era of motorcycle history, this BSA provides a solid foundation for any direction. The seller gives a clear and honest description. 1972 BSA Chopper barn find. Last on the road 1974, cool bike, old school, not running, no paperwork, 1,850 best offer. There's no sugarcoating and no unrealistic claims. Just a straightforward project that will reward the right enthusiast with time, effort, and passion. This motorcycle is ideal for someone who appreciates the craftsmanship of vintage British bikes, enjoys the challenge of restoration, or simply wants a unique piece that captures the spirit of early custom culture. It's also a great choice for anyone looking to enter the vintage scene without spending a fortune, since the price is extremely accessible for a 1970s chopper platform. At $1,850 or best offer, this is a rare chance to pick up a BSA chopper from the golden era of custom motorcycles. Bikes like this continue to grow in rarity, especially ones that have not been modernized or altered, making it an appealing find for collectors and builders alike. If you're in or near the Buffalo area and have the vision to bring this machine back to life, this 1972 BSA Chopper might be the perfect next project. Feel free to reach out to the seller for more information or to discuss offers. This is a genuine opportunity to revive a forgotten piece of motorcycle history and give it a new chapter on the road.